This is what's next.
Tonight, the calm after the storm as tornadoes and severe thunderstorms leave a trail of damage across northern Ohio. Also, a funnel cloud captured on video in the Toledo area as those storms blew up quickly. And tonight, power problems everywhere with thousands in the dark right now without electricity. And good evening. Tonight, the aftermath of severe weather. We have new video and images to show you from across the area. Beginning with this, the inside of a Cracker Barrel restaurant in Sandusky tonight. You can see customers huddled inside the kitchen as they wait for the storm to pass. Take a look at this. Hail falling tonight in Bailey Lakes. That's in Ashland County. Some of that hail golf ball size and larger. Our live team coverage this evening includes Neil Fisher in Huron County, Emma Henderson in Sandusky County. But we begin with senior meteorologist Matt Wentz, who, along with Jason Michael, has been covering this all night. Matt, what can you tell us?
Well, Russ, things starting to calm down. That's the good news. We still do have a severe thunderstorm warning. As for our extreme southern half of the viewing area, Carroll and Tuscarawas County still dealing with the brunt of the same storm that caused all the damage back in Wayne County and then Erie and Huron County. So the radar lighting up like crazy tonight. We've had some really prolific lightning producing thunderstorms, mainly this cluster here. You can see most of it sagging down to the south, but there's a lot of rain and even heavy rain and embedded lightning lingering off towards the north as well. So let's start with our severe storm. This is just south of Carrollton now. Real heavy rain. That's what you see when you're looking at the radar and you see all the greens and they're turning into the oranges and reds. That's where it gets heavy. New Philly, you're getting some lighter rain now. The lightning and thunder now south of you. There are gusty winds along the leading edge of that, upwards of 60 miles per hour. And I believe it because they've been producing that back towards the pass. Areas of Holmes County, not quite out of the woods. Walnut Creek, Millersburg, seeing some heavy rain along 83 there. Lots of lightning with that as well, lighting up that night sky. Off towards the north, Worcester, another round of heavy rain getting ready to move in there. That stretches back towards the Ashland area. A little bit of break for you. Then you'll get a little bit more rain after that. It's just a steady, light garden variety rain out towards Alliance, areas near Louisville, New Franklin picking up some rain. That is outbound up towards the north. We're seeing decent rain right now. Areas of Geauga County, northern areas of Summit County and Portage County seeing some heavier rain. That stretches back towards the Canton area and down towards the Canton area, I should say. And then up towards Chardon, some light rain. It's just light rain, nothing to worry about in Ashtabula County. Decent cell there by Euclid and Wickliffe. And then back towards the west, our final stop here out towards Elyria, bringing in some more heavy rain. We're quieting down in Erie and Huron County. My goodness, what an afternoon it was. So here's what we're dealing with. It was a cluster of storms developed in Michigan. We were tracking that at 5 o'clock, and then it was history after that. That same cell, look at all the severe weather reports as that same storm tracked down to the south. That's the one that had a tornado on the ground back in Lucas County, back towards the Toledo area. We had the funnel clouds reported, numerous tornado reports out of that same storm. If you look at the history of it, it just continued to rotate and rotate and rotate as it headed down towards the south. That's the same cell moving through Tuscarawas County right now. This line is where the worst damage was along that line in Ripples. The other thing we have to worry about the rest of the evening, a flood problem. We've had a lot of rain in a hurry. Remember, we've had fairly dry ground. Dry ground does not take that water very easily. It likes to pond on top before soaking in. And some of these amounts coming in on the order of 3 to 6 inches. I've downed that a little bit because there's some hail interference. A lot of times radars will think that hailstone's a big old raindrop, and it's not the case. So you can get some pretty high numbers, but it's pretty evident we've had 2 to 4 inches of rain and lots of flooding. Still ongoing across areas of Erie, Huron County. That stretches into Ashland County as well. The good news is we dry out, but it's going to take a little bit of time. We've still got some rain around here this evening. Notice temperatures, we're already back into the 50s for many of you. We stay there tonight with on and off rain showers through your Friday morning. Once we get beyond the noontime on Friday, we'll start to slowly clear things out. We'll have improving conditions. What does that mean for your Father's Day weekend? And do we have any more storms in the 10-day forecast? We'll share that with you coming up in just a couple minutes. Russ.
Matt, you and Jason did an amazing job keeping folks informed tonight, and we will see you again in just a bit. Thanks.
Right, thanks, Russ.
Let's continue our team coverage now with Neil Fisher. He is live in the town of Willard. That's in Huron County. Neil, good evening to you.
Hey, good evening, Russ. Some of the most extensive damage we've seen is here in Willard and Huron County. We saw damage in Peru as well, but this garage door behind me blew completely off. The garage picked up off its foundation and moved. Actually, bricks from the foundation were outside the home, scattered across the yard. One of the walls completely broken off to that garage. We saw trees scattered in the yard, some tossed nearly 100 yards. Now, homeowners tell me it happened around 7:50 this evening. when they heard that whistling sound so many people have talked about.
I seen the clouds coming in. It started to hail, and I could hear the wind, and the clouds looked terrible. So I got on my phone, and I texted my daughters and my husband because he wasn't here, and said, I'm going to the basement. And then he was at golf tonight, and he said, I'm driving home, and Route 61 is fine. I said, go to somebody's basement. Don't come home. He goes, is it that bad? And just then the garage door from my basement, we have steps that leads from our garage to our basement. It blew in, and the leaves and the tree limbs started blowing into my basement, so I knew it was bad. And I tried to push the door shut, and I seen that the wall was gone here in the garage, and then I went into the other part of the basement and waited till he got home.
Now everyone here in Willard and in Peru that we've spoken with are without power. The cleanup now begins, actually, and one of these small limbs is just about the smallest limb at 4 feet that we've seen here in this yard. Some neighbors in Peru had a tree fall in their yard, missing their home by 10 feet. Neighbors here tell me they're just fortunate that they haven't heard of any injuries this evening. So with our continuing coverage, we're going to send it to Vickery. Emma Henderson is live there.
Thank you, Neil. Luckily, no one is hurt here either. We are also without power in Vickery, Ohio. Vickery, west of Sandusky, to give you an idea of where we are. Now take a look behind me. This is a very large equipment barn. Not only was its roof completely blown off, but you can see there are complete sides of the building that are missing as well. And the walls that are standing are leaning quite precariously. Now, I spoke to the owner. They said no injuries here. They said they were even able to secure up all of the animals before they left. They weren't home when this storm hit. And just to give you an idea of the power, I'm going to walk this way and we're going to show you this is also a piece of that barn. And it hit the power lines, knocking over part of the power lines, flew across the street behind another barn, and that's where it landed. Now, the homeowner is also dealing with some hail damage. So they are dealing with hail damage on their house. They were actually driving home when this storm happened and say that the hail they saw was about the size of a quarter. They had to pull over to the side of the road to be safe. They're very thankful that no one was hurt in this situation. Russ?
Okay, Emma, thank you so much. Thanks to you and Neil and the crews out there tonight. Safe travels home.